So, I'm just going to go ahead and say the quiet part out loud because we all know it's coming, or it's already happened, depending on when you're looking at this video. But Clair Obscur is the game of the year. Full stop. All right, now the obvious part is done. Let's actually get into the TED Talk part of this. First off, let's talk about the story. This game really hit me in all the places emotionally and intellectually, not to mention the gameplay or the music. And the music, oh my God, it's incredible. I'm actually even listening to this right now as I'm writing this. Every single thing about this game is just so top tier. And the story itself, which pulls almost the same concept of like the movie Inception with a dream within a dream portion in the last half without it seeming derivative and actually making sense within the confines of the game itself, is done so well you don't even question it. You're brought along for the ride because it just adds a whole nother level of complexity to the game's overall exploration of the concept of grief. In my opinion, it just talks about how people deal with grief, how it affects the people around you, and not just that, how you actually interact with the world too as well. It's just done so masterfully. It's fantastic. I did a video a couple of months ago, talked about messages in video games, and I discussed how games for some reason now these days need to signpost their messages because they don't really give players the benefit of the doubt to understand that they will eventually come to a conclusion themselves, right? They have to tell you exactly where they're going to and where this message is coming from, so you can see it a mile away essentially. And in some cases really doesn't respect your intelligence as a player, but this game actually does that. It lets you watch what's happening so you by yourself as an individual can fill in the gaps or the spaces within the narrative with your own thoughts based off of your own experiences, so that even at the end of everything, when we do get to that final endpoint that we're all going to get to at the end of the game, the whole emotional journey that we took to get there is filtered through the lenses of our own lives, and that's what makes it unique. However it is that you get to that point, it's just such a great game. The stories, the characters are, it's just fantastic. And the fact that we're able to pull in some A-list voice actors too as well with this, I mean, it's crazy just how a double A team was able to pull this through during the pandemic of all times too as well. It's incredible. And most of the individuals that were a part of this are all first time doing what they're doing, outside of I think the founder who maybe worked at Ubisoft. It's incredible. My hat's off to them for pulling this off on the first go around. It's literally, light in the bottle. You don't see this every single day. I mean, the gameplay is the most fun I've had playing any turn-based game. The fact that it's so interactive with a parry system, which takes a little bit of a while to get used to, but you do have the option to turn it off as well. But each battle is done so well. It's weirdly unique and varied, but by the time you get really, really going with like the Pictos and the Luminas, you're literally actively encouraged by the way the game is built to break it. It's so refreshing to actually have a game that is almost like an inbuilt cheat mode where you can put a bunch of stuff together and literally break the game. Like you see videos out there of people doing over 1 million, so many different levels of damage in just one hit and wiping a boss or wiping a whole phase or something like that. It's incredible, and it's just so much fun. It's so refreshing as a player, where sometimes you play some games and they actively, especially live service games, they do this so often where they put you in the zone and you're fighting this enemy and you can't do anything to them. They have so much health, or you're at just literally plainly at a lower level and you're not able to do anything. This game goes away with all of that. Break the game, do as much damage as you want, and see how quickly, or whichever different ways in which you can kind of get things just going with the game and defeating all the bad guys. It's fantastic. it just makes it so much fun for the builds that you can create for each character. This makes choosing your party members too as well for the kind of style of play that you want, not to even mention the specific weaknesses of the enemies for the area that you're in itself. So much more meaningful. Like it's really a lot of fun looking at all the party members. For one thing, the fact that you enjoy each one of your character stories individually, which is great. So there's that also pull of, hey, I want to have this particular person on my team just because I like them. But not only that, because of how I've built out my team, these are the people I want to take with me, So for me, it was really a lot of fun to really play this game with my build, which is like a verso rapid shot build, with Mael as like the damage queen, CL as like a buff master, and then Lune or Monaco, which is kind of like a hybrid of, healer or buffer or damage dealer. That was essentially just the build of my entire party and how I went about things. And you can do this in so many different ways. You can have different people take on different roles. I mean, I've heard folks do different things with Monaco or Lune and how they do stuff, and everything is just so interactive and dependent. You got to take your time to, once you understand how everything kind of plays off of each other, you can do some crazy things with it. And I haven't even scratched the surface. There's so many videos out there of people just kind of going nuts with the amount of different styles and different gameplay things that they can do, especially when you even go to New Game Plus, people speed running the games or just using one particular character, even though you have a selection of 3, just using one character to do so much damage across all the different babbles and just wiping bosses. It's really fun. So much fun with this gameplay. I really, really enjoyed it. It might be a little bit different for some people that are maybe not used to the turn-based strategy or turn-based games in general, but eventually you stick with it and it actually is fun and it's really enjoyable. I was a little bit doubtful at first when I heard it was turn-based, but actually playing it and getting used to it and getting past the point of where you're able to almost like break the game, it opens up so many options. That's so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. The last thing that I'll say, and this is another reason why I say this game is my game of the year, and it's probably going to be game of the year for this year. For so long, when you look at gaming overall as a medium, as an interactive medium right now, there's so much money in it. Despite that, you still have lots of people in certain circles that still see gaming as a waste of time. Like it's not engaging. It adds nothing to society. It's just a waste of time. This game is what I will put forward to any one of those fools. And yes, anyone that still thinks this way, you are a fool, and I stand by that. This game is a work of art. There's no other way you can describe it. From the art direction, to the gameplay, to the story, to the music. Oh my God, every single portion of this game stands out as a work of art. I mean, the game has whole areas where there's nothing for you to do other than just go in there and no enemies at all. Just pick up a piece of lore or a music record. That's all in there. Each one of these areas they're not half-assed at all. They're painstakingly created, showing you just how much passion went into this. Because what else is art other than something that makes you feel something? And every single step along the way with this game, it made me feel something, whether it was unique or shared. We all know how we felt that one time where Aerith died in Final Fantasy. We all know how we felt when that particular character in this game died. If you haven't played this yet, I'm not going to spoil it, but when you get there, you know. We all know as well how good it felt when we finally kicked Simon's ass. And it felt really, really good. I mean, I don't think you understand how good it felt. It felt so, so good. I'm just going to stop there. This game is fantastic. If you haven't played it right now, go play it. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. There's probably going to be a Game of the Year edition. I don't know if they're going to do anything additional with that, but this game is my Game of the Year for 2025, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else anyone else in the industry learns from this and how they can move this forward. Hope everyone has a great holiday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.